We're going to have a go at making horns for the gargoyle and thinking about if you want to add hair or ears. So with the horns, because we want two symmetrical horns, it's easier to use one piece of clay and then chop it in half. So if you lightly roll a piece of clay and then pinch the edges, and you get kind of a toggle shape, which we can curve. Then cut that in two, and that gives us the basic form of making two horns. So we've got our basic shapes there for those if you want to make those. For ears, again, we can take a piece of clay, and depending on the shape that you want for the ear, whether you want it to be pointy or triangular or more of a human shape, you would just mould and smooth the clay into the position that you wanted. So this is going to be quite a realistic shape ear. So we have a piece of clay that could be added on like that. Again, with this, as with all the pieces that we add, we slip and key the surfaces that are going to be attached together. We'll push that into place. Once the main shape is on, then you can carve into it. So again, if you want quite a realistic ear shape, you might need to observe an ear. You can look at the person who's sat next to you, and you can carve in the shapes of the ear. But it doesn't have to be realistic. You could turn it into a pattern or just mould the shape, so it's quite interesting to look at. At this point, if you wanted to, you could make some earrings for your gargoyle, or you could add different shapes to it. If you want to add hair, that can be done in a couple of different ways. One way of making hair is by rolling lots of sections of coils and build up the hair like strands, which you would individually slip and key on, so we get that nice textured effect. Or if you want to make long hair, you would just roll longer coils to build that section up. The other way of making hair is by having a flat piece of clay which you place on and then carve into, and you give it a hair texture very similar to how we did the eyebrow. So these can be added on, and then if you draw into them, you get a nice effect. So again, depending on the design of your gargoyle, you can have spiked hair or short hair, long hair, and you can have fun building up different ones. So with this one, I'm just giving him a central part in and drawing into the clay. Yep. On top of that, you could slip and key the horns to give you the look that you're after.